about all of his ammo right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
See, the thing is, all you have to do is like just tap your leg G to like fuck your aim up. Doesn't matter how slow you go, they're not gonna be able to hit you.
He's gonna hit me right here. He missed me. How did he miss me? I have no idea. Where's the mountain?
The other guy air braked so hard. Look how slow
Yeah, this
he
guy
is.
is right on the same boat.
Oh, nice. Nice. Rocket.
Welcome back, guys. So I was thinking, right before I started this video, whatever happened to that guy? His name was Snow in the game. Every time he popped into the game, he was like, "Hi, friends." He's always flying the brigand, and he's just, I don't know, that guy was awesome. Never get a bad word out of him. He's always helping the team out, spotting everybody. That's the kind of guys we need more in this game. I don't know whatever happened to him. Anyways, today we're going to move on. I'm going to do a little bit of prop gameplay. I'm going to go through some dogfights of mine. And I was going to try and explain exactly what I did through each dogfight. Try to help you guys out a little bit. See if maybe it could help you make better decisions, win your dogfights a lot easier. Without further ado, let's walk into the first fight. This is everyone's favorite map, Boulogne-sur-Mer. The very, very big English Channel map. So that's why I'm really high. So we go into this fight, I'm realizing I'm under 500 kilometers an hour. I'm in a Ta 152H. This thing can turn fight just about everything. But up at this altitude, the air is thin, the power is low. So I was under 500 kilometers an hour. I chose to go down first. And then try and get inside his turn on the next one. It's getting a little bit close. I pop the flats to try and get myself a little bit tighter. He realizes it would be really close, so he tries to go past me. This is his first mistake. He should have flown away. But he let me get back in on round 2, so we're going to stick tight with him. I'm going up because that's what the Ta 152 does very well. Keeping the power in. Flaps coming out to give me a little bit more turn. We're going to try and get close to him. I realize I cannot pull the head on, so instead I go to the left. Which, because I'm very slow, is going to give me a nice angle to fucking get right back in on him. Try to get our shot. He dodges just enough. We're dropping a little bit in altitude. My airspeed's still kind of slow. I'd like to see more, but the Corsair 4B is a very formidable foe. He honestly should have ran away, but we're dropping the throttle now so that we don't overshoot him, we don't go too fast and compress. He can definitely roll better than me, so that's why I can't get my guns on, but I'm going to stick with him. And this is Boulogne. I'm not afraid of giving up my altitude because I'll probably never see another enemy for 5 minutes. But he doesn't have enough speed to run away now. So he don't know what to do. I take a pop shot at him to get a little bit of damage. We're going to try and get a little bit more on him. He's going to try and dive out to gain some speed. But he is toast now. The Ta 152H is a deadly aircraft. I love the Corsair 4B, but it cannot compete when it's this slow. So we got some really poor roll rate here. It's going to take us a little bit to kill him, but he's going to give us a nice tail shot right here, and he is gone. Good fight, dog. I know you really tried, but this is a dangerous plane to be toying with. Honestly, the Ta 152H is a fairly slow aircraft in a straight and level line. You have to drop the nose to gain your speed to get to the point where you want to feel comfortable in a dogfight. So it's pretty easy to outrun it if you wanted to, and that's really what he should have done. He could have easily outrun me. But let's move on to the next fight. This was the last man standing on the enemy team when we were flying on Norway a couple weeks ago. Decided to give this guy a shot at a one-on-one. He already had the altitude advantage. I wasn't too worried. This is the Focke-Wulf 190A5. So I didn't know what exactly he was trying to do here, but I went ahead and pulled up behind him, popped a couple shots at him, but this really left me kind of slow, so I decided to drop my nose back down and see what he does. Wanted to get my speed up to at least about 450, 500 kilometers an hour if I could, and wait and see what he does. Apparently he wanted to wait for a second, so now we're going, guys. So he starts his dive in on me. I'm doing about 550. The Antons have really awesome combat flaps. Actually, I think they're landing flaps. But I'm taking him into a spiral dive, and he's going to gain so much speed because his nose is going to be almost pointed straight down at me. So I got him up to a nice comfortable speed, and my superior roll rate, I just kind of dodged him a little bit, and he made a bad mistake of pulling off, but That was all I needed to get right behind him, and the Anton is an amazing aircraft. Pop these landing flaps, and he is toast. I know this is a rather quick fight, guys, but I really just wanted to focus on that maneuver I just pulled. Basically what I did is, like I say, I went into a dive, and that spiral, because he wanted to kill me, he was so focused on it, he gained so much speed because his nose was pointed almost straight down, and mine was more at about a 45 or 60 degree nose down, so he gained far more speed than me, and that ended up being his demise. One other thing, it also helps that you can pop the flaps on the Antons at around 550 to 600 kilometers an hour. It's brutal. I enjoy it. Antons are a blast, guys. Alright, moving on to the next fight. Here I'm in a Tempest Mark II, otherwise known as the jet killer of the prop world. It is a very fast aircraft and has amazing energy retention, but I just screwed up and I did not see this 109 G14 behind me, and I actually completely underestimated him. But I know I'm not going to be able to outturn him, so I go ahead and take him into a dive. Oops, I ripped my flaps. But my goal on this one was to try and take him into a fast enough dive to where he compresses, and maybe if I get lucky, he'll compress right into the ground. So I hit my top speed. I'm still diving. I know he can't keep up with me at this point. So I level out. I do everything I can to maintain the speed that I have right now. I'll be honest, I'm kind of impressed that this 109 was able to keep up with me. But I am still pulling away. And so I'm just going to go ahead and zoom climb a little bit here. And I figure at 1 kilometer I should be good, so I start pitching up into a steep climb. And this is usually where a Tempest will definitely walk away from the enemy. And I get kind of surprised again, but I am also toasting my engine here, unfortunately. But check this out, guys. We're just going to go ahead and walk straight up, and I still, like I say, this still amazes me how much he was able to hang. But this is a beautiful maneuver. The guy's popping a couple shots at me. He sparks, thankfully. I'm stalling out. He is stalling out under me. This is so beautiful, guys. I love stuff like this. Look at this. Look at this. Walks right into my guns. Delete. That's all it is, guys. You can do that with a lot of energy fighting planes. If you just dive to the deck, maintain your energy, and then go back up. Most of the term fighter aircraft, they will not be able to keep up with you going into a climb. Alright, what's next? Oh yeah, this is when I was first learning to fly the I-185 M71, I believe it is. And this is, I think it's at 5.0 right now. I got a 109 K4 tailing me, and I know I'm going to be hosed. Well, at least I was pretty sure I was going to get hosed. Come to find out, it's an Xbox player, and for some reason he did not bind his machine guns, so he was only firing 30 mils at me. I didn't have any hope for this, but I stuck with it. And I realized very quickly that the K4 easily outturns this plane, and it has plenty of power. So I get in a bit of this turn fight, and I realize that I'm not going to get away from him. I am not going to be able to outturn him, so what can I do? The only thing I can do is try and energy fight him, which is usually a death sentence against a K4. But I went ahead and I pulled straight up to try and get slow, and hopefully get inside his turn a little bit. And so now you see how it's getting close, and I could not get inside him, and I didn't want to go up here, so I rolled back down. And the reason I did that is because I figured he would be able to pull up on me, because that thing has a lot of power and it turns really well. So now I'm thinking I'm dead. I don't think there's anything I can do. And this was, like I say, this is one of the first matches in the 185. I was still learning to fly it. And this is when I realized he didn't have his guns bound. And so I'm just sitting here dodging his 30 mils, trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. And I was hoping maybe I could get slow enough he'd overshoot, but it's not going to happen. So I go ahead and dive down for a little bit more speed into a spiral dive so he gains a lot of speed. Maybe I can force an overshoot, but my god, that thing can turn, guys. There's nothing I can do against him. I cannot outturn him. My squad mate Tesh is coming in here to try and help me, but we're going so slow he can't hit him. And this is where I figured out what the 185 does better than the K4, and that is stall fighting. I'm doing 100 kilometers an hour here. Holy cow, that's awesome. He stalls out under me. I drop my nose back down. He's dead. This was a lot of fun. I really love this fight. I can't believe I got away from this. But it taught me something about the 185 because your biggest threat in this plane is going to be the K4. So apparently you can stall fight a K4. Who would have thought? I'm not even spaded. Reality is, either way, I should have been dead. If he had bound his machine guns, I would have been hosed. But I want to share it with you guys because, you know, I learned something. I figured maybe it'd help you guys out. So, what's the next fight? Yes, we are back in the Anton A5. It's not my favorite Anton, but it's still a lot of fun. It's got a lot of firepower, and Antons seem to maintain energy fairly well. And on top of that, you can abuse the takeoff flaps and turn very tight at high speeds. So, most of the enemy's low. I'm starting to make a couple passes on them. And I hear a plane coming up behind me. And it just happens to be a brigand. So I go into a spiral dive a little bit. I want him to gain a little bit more speed than me. At this speed, I can definitely outturn him, especially if I pop my flaps. But no need. He doesn't turn that well. So we pull back in towards him so he does not get a shot. And he has now overshot. Use the flaps to try and get in. Beautiful broadside. Could not kill him. But we're not going to get caught up in it because I saw out of the corner of my eye there was more people coming. So I bring my flaps back in, I extend, and before I know it, I've got a Typhoon on my ass. He's hauling balls though, so he's going to overshoot. I pull my nose up a little bit and realize it's probably not a good idea because more people are coming. So I keep my nose down, wait for him to make another pass. Speed is life. And here he comes back around for the next pass. So I go ahead and dodge him a little bit. Superior roll rate is really handy in the Antons. He pulls in behind me, so I pull towards him to close the gap. Not quite enough, so I dodge his shot. And he's still going pretty quick, so I'm going to go ahead and stay tight with him. He's going to pull back in front of me. I'm going to use the flaps. And he's gone. And all of a sudden there's another Spitfire behind me. I'm going to go ahead and use my roll rate. Try and stay under his nose. He overshoots me real easily. Line up the guns, and he's gone. And that's an XP55. Now I'm really hosed. But if there's anything to take from this fight, don't ever give up. You never know, you could take half a team down with you. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Try not to do too long of videos, but I'm going to see if I can give you a couple good dogfights. Hopefully every week or two. It's really hard to get footage that I can actually, you know, share with you guys and give you advice and be able to walk you through the dogfight. Especially it's hard to get good footage. So I apologize if some of this seems easy or maybe it's you know, redundant. I don't know. But I'm hoping I can help someone with this stuff. So if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you have any criticism, I am all ears right now. Please let me know, because this is not something that I do a lot, but I'd like to do more. Anyways, let me know what you think, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you around. Thanks again.